A year ago today, I preached to an empty sanctuary for the first time. Though the pews were physically empty, I witnessed as the Spirit filled this congregation through worship in new and transformative ways. And for the last year, you have answered God's call to carry that posture of worship into the world. You have been the people of God deployed on a mission. And now there are stories to tell of those across the street and around the country who have been transformed by Jesus Christ because of the welcome they experienced in online worship. There are stories to tell of you responding to the Spirit's prompting in worship with bold and generous acts of faith. There are stories to tell of peace passed in unconventional and beautiful ways. There are stories to tell of God's Spirit blowing through this community, blowing through this city, blowing through this world. There are stories to tell of a church holding faith together with creativity and deep conviction. Those stories of perseverance, hope, and unity are being woven into the new story God is writing in our midst. A story that always begins in worship. And so we look ahead to the return of in-person worship on Sunday, April 18th, the next right step on this continuing journey toward that day when we will all be together in more normal ways. We will hold fast to the unity that we have found through gathering for one service of worship at 11 o'clock a.m., and we'll continue to stream worship online on all our platforms. It is through these practices that God has woven us together despite the distance and expanded the reach of our message in depth and in distance. In the time leading up to April 18th, there will be several opportunities for us to worship and fellowship together. Specifically, Holy Week will include in-person and online opportunities for worship. In addition to Sunday morning worship online, there will be a Palm Sunday procession led by Children and Family Ministries and our beloved donkey Enright. On Maundy Thursday, April 1st, we will offer this sacred space for private worship and reflection, and the prayer labyrinth will be open for prayer walks, followed by the sacrament of communion shared in our homes. On Good Friday, we will offer 7 meditations on the last words of Christ and powerful musical reflections on the church website throughout the afternoon. And on Easter, April 4th, we will welcome the promise of new life with an in-person Easter sunrise service gathering for worship and communion in the north parking lot, our 11 o'clock Easter morning worship with proclamation of the Word and the glorious music of this festival day will remain online so all can worship together as one unified community of faith celebrating the joy of resurrection. More information about Holy Week and Easter can be found on secondchurch.org/Lent. As we journey through the wilderness into the light of Christ's resurrection, each of these opportunities to be together physically reminds me how much I've missed being with you and how far we have come together in this past year. I'm so proud of this congregation. I'm so proud of our commitment to hold faith together, to hold fast to the unity found in Christ, and to open ourselves to the transformative power of Christ in the most trying of times. It has been an honor to walk this journey alongside you, and I'm filled with hope and gratitude as we take this next step together. May the peace of Christ be with you all.